guys, Tim here, driving for the first time ever on SunnyPilot in the Chevy Volt, and it's magnificent, is my initial impression. So I made some minimal changes, carrying things over from my old fork. Improved latitudinal and longitudinal control. But that's about it. Everything else is SunnyPilot as it was meant to be enjoyed by all of its users. Driving really good. I'm going to edit out a lot of what I say here because it'll be embarrassing in retrospect how I sound like such an idiot. So I think I had vision turn controller and map controller turned on. Slow me down, there we go, 34. That's pretty fast. Pretty fast. Whoa! Still slow me down though. That was really fast. I think in order to make that curve with the torque that the Volt has, you gotta do about 23, and it went 34. Oh, it still complains about that. Okay, whatever. So, because this is SunnyPilot, that means that even though I use the brakes to disengage, I start driving, and the lateral just turns right back on. And that happens as soon as you turn on the car. So you just get in and start driving, and as long as you're driving, the car steers itself. It's friggin' wonderful. And with the custom torque feed forward in the custom Volt feed forward in the torque controller, it steers really, really well. Oh, got a low memory error. Oh my God, low memory, 93%, 94, 96%. It's pretty high. Well, why don't I just pull over then? Oh, it's driving again. Oh, no, not driving again. Interesting. It tries. That's the biggest strength of OpenPilot in general, is it doesn't give up. Every other level 2 system just gives up. Lane lines aren't clear, if the road's too curved. I mean, I guess full self-driving Tesla probably doesn't do that, nor do the other super autonomous systems. But the other ones that are falsely advertising themselves, like ProPilot Assist, they do it. Okay. Boop, boop. Reboot. Now we're rebooting. Still does that. So I'll turn the car off. That way we can see the full SunnyPilot experience. In magnificent, zoomed, overlaid vision. Here I go, I'm gonna crush the screen. Grr! Oh wait, I'm just crushing my own arm. Oh no, I gotta do it like this. Oh wait, like this. Oh, it's down here. It's somewhere. I'm kind of new to the video editing thing. I put together animations for other purposes, but not this. So the plan is to drive out to Golden, Colorado, where I work, and you guys get to go with me while I experience SunnyPilot for the first time. And look at all these awesome options. Look, here's the vehicle options. You know there's going to be a nice General Motors section here. So auto hold, all kinds of stuff. And I think I've got everything I want on. Look at all these glorious controls. Oh yeah, my auto lane change timer. I forgot to try that. And remind me, we got to add adjacent lane detection to the auto lane change timer, so that, or to the auto lane change, so that it only does a lane change if it knows there's a lane there. Although maybe you already have that. It's on OPKR, I'm pretty sure. Not a lot of options there. I mean, there's tons of options. I meant specifically for the Vision turn controller. Alright. Ready? Here we go. So, I just start driving, and OpenPilot starts steering. I didn't have to touch anything, didn't have to initially engage or anything. And if you're curious about that slight overshoot incorrect thing that the steering wheel does for super harsh angles at low speeds, it does that less if you add in some derivative gain. So now this is me controlling the gas and brakes. This is so cool. So now you just drive around. I mean, my fork had one pedal mode. One pedal mode's fun, but one of the things about one pedal mode is that you're using a button on the steering wheel to control the amount of brake intensity, which is kind of crazy. Here you can get whatever you want out of the regen, and if I have to slow down, I can hit the brakes and it keeps on steering for me. Just cruise around. A little bit of overshoot coming out of that curve. That completely disappears once we add in derivative gain, which I'm gonna do this weekend. This is gonna be sweet. Oh, I'm so excited. This is me again doing the longitudinal. Should we see how end-to-end does here? Here, let's go boop. So I think I turned on end-to-end longitudinal just now. Yeah, I did. It's doing its thing. Ready? Here we go. Here comes a stop sign. What's it gonna do? I'm not touching anything. I'm not touching anything. Oh God! It started to slow down. Okay, let's do this again. Alright, end-to-end longitudinal with laneless in some neighborhoods. So I haven't yet checked to see just how updated SunnyPilot is from Master. I've heard that the recent improvements to end-to-end longitudinal are really good from some of my Volt users, which will soon become SunnyPilot Volt users, because we're all switching to SunnyPilot, baby. Let's see, there's going to be a red light here. Is it going to see it in time? It's going to slow down for the curve, which is smart. It's a good thing to do. And now there's a red light. Is it going to stop in time? Come on, come on. You can do it. 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 Stop, 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 stop. Yes! Oh, oh, stay stopped. Stay stopped. Oh, oh, oh. Maybe I'll just hit the brakes. End-to-end's pretty fun. Yeah, I'm going to back up a little bit. Take a left here instead. Start trekking into Golden. So, note to Sunny, the E to E long button on the screen doesn't change when you tap it. It toggles E to E long, but it doesn't flip the button. I want my money back. So we're still on E to E long, so I set it to 45, but it doesn't matter what you set it to. E to E long is the thing that determines what the acceleration is going to be. At least as long as that acceleration is the minimum acceleration from any of the other planners. But I think the whole point of E to E long, yeah, this is terrible. So if I push the button, in a couple of seconds, it'll start accelerating back to, here it goes, back to 45. So now we're back under normal long control. Yeah, so E to E long is still very much alpha. That's okay. Things start at alpha. That's how alphabets work. Fortunately, the Volt has really good radar. Keeps us pretty centered. Getting some terrible brake activity here. And an LKA fault, maybe? Just now? I don't think I've ever seen that. I like the color scheme, Sunny. It's awesome. The cyan instead of the dark blue and the light orange. It's very nice. Very distinctive. When are you going to start selling sweatshirts? Wah, wah. And baseball caps. I grab the wheel when I hit the brakes. I don't need to do that anymore. We live in a brave new world. Why is it giving me that error? Here, let's let Ida Elong do this one. Okay, Ida Elong. It's up to you to slow down for the roundabout. Ah! So it's all based on vision, huh? Yeah, no, I can't do it. It's just like kind of bouncing me around the whole time. It just goes back and forth. Man. But that's okay, because it's alpha. They're figuring it out. Right now, the takeaway is, holy shit, it works, kinda. Which is super fun. See if we can get the curve braking to do something. You see on the right side of the screen, we've got a nice acceleration, deceleration bar. We're going to have to change that so that when you're in an EV, you have two different deceleration bars, one for regen, one for brakes, because that's cool. Then we'll go through the different makes and see which ones give us high voltage battery wattage information that we can use for regen. That's right, I just got to hit the brakes. Oh man, it's so hard to get used to. Stopping distance adjustable in here. My fork runs on an older version of OpenPilot before they redid all the long control and combined all the different long controllers into one big long controller. And then did the human-inspired stopping distance thing. And now I get nervous when it approaches cars in front of me. Which is the opposite of chill. Stop yelling. This is a pretty road called Easley Road. Some nice laneless action. Whoa. don't have in my fork is they shift the on-screen camera view to make it look like the what do they call it, the vanishing point is in the center of the screen. So that way my 1 degree off mounting doesn't make the camera look 1 degree off. Still drives more or less like laneful. It does a lot of the same stuff that you could expect laneful to do. The way that it'll overshoot a curve and then have to correct back the other way. Granted, the controls aren't perfect, still need to add in traffic. But laneless is just keeping me dead center in the lane. It doesn't have me riding to the right at all. Even though it's supposed to be how a human would drive. Like, statistically, humans tend to follow lane lines. And so whenever there's lane lines, that's what it tends to do. It seems like you'd need a tremendous amount of data of people, you know, dodging obstacles and swerving out of the way of things. But the data we have is, or the data Comma has, is data of people, for the most part, driving safely, staying within the lines, just doing a normal job, not having to swerve out of the way for other cars and stuff. But, I mean, that data's in there too. It's gotta be. But the vast majority of the time, we just stay centered. Also, there's, you know, a literal rule that says that you have to stay centered in your lane. So it seems like a reasonable assumption that the human wants to stay centered. See how the engagable state seems to be flickering on and off there for a second? The steering wheel icon was blinking in and out. Also, the stop timer was disappearing and showing again. Oh yeah! I'm mad about MADS, baby. I'm just mad about it. I love it. One pedal mode was a hack. Still kind of cool to be able to come to a stop without having to touch the brakes or anything. There may be a future for one pedal mode anyhow. But MADS at the bare minimum. See, I'm on a test branch, and so this, you know, if I were to like try and rebase off of SunnyPilot, I don't think this would necessarily be the branch to do it, because he's got a bunch of features turned off and a bunch of other changes that I'm unaware of that I should probably be aware of. Steering on brake press is where it's at. See if we can isolate this error. You see, there it works. Steer unavailable below 6. That's fine. Here's the Colorado School of Mines campus in beautiful Golden, Colorado. Okay. Regen pedal causes some issues when Mads is going. So that's weird, because as far as I know, I can't see. There's a giant truck next to me, so I can't see. I'm just gonna wait. Is just fine, but as far as I know, the regen paddle, it gets read in car state, and then it just gets used in the determination of whether or not the brakes pressed variable gets set. So if you hit the brakes or if you hit the regen paddle, it counts as brakes pressed. So it seems like that should work already with the current Mads logic. But what do I know? It's not my logic. this footage of how the steering wheel wobbles around, because this is just the changes in the pull request that I have open for master to use the custom feed forward. If we compare this to the custom feed forward with a PIDF tune with derivative gain, then it's much, much better. And then we'll compare that to just master with the linear feed forward that comes with your standard torque controller. So you don't get a fault every time. Okay, now to go ask that Mads re-engages after being below the min steer speed. I don't even know if you get a fault. It's just kind of weird. Wonder what's going on. But we can see what the error is, and so we can see where the error is set, and then we can see what's causing it. See, it's doing this engage, not engage thing. Trick you can do in the Volt, because now you don't disengage long on gas press. It just resumes long as soon as you let off the gas. So if you're pressing the gas and you decide while you're pressing the gas that you actually want it to be you want long to be disengaged, when you release the gas pedal you can just tap the regen paddle while you're gassing it, and then when you let off you'll continue to have long control. I don't think that's a parking light. Maybe it is. Actually, you know what? I don't really have time to stop for a hamburger, do I? Okay, guys, well, I'm gonna start heading towards my office. But this is what SunnyPilot's like. No disengage on brake. Mad's version a billion.0. As mad as you could possibly imagine. So mad that it doesn't even remove the lateral control when you press the brakes. Alright, see you guys.